Now, talking about building and how mistakes in the construction of your home could cost you in the future, guys. Most people think when you talk about building mistakes, they always go to the structure of the main building, the foundation, the brickwork. But sometimes mistakes can be in the finer details, the finishes, because that will give the quality of the product, in this case, the house. My name is Cecilia. This is Zawi TV, and today I'm going to be talking about mistakes in the finishing of the housing project, and mistakes could be omissions too, and how those could be costly in the future for you, and what you can do to try and prevent such unexpected costs. So I'll go in the house, give you a few examples, show you a few mistakes, omissions, my experiences, so you can learn from it. The idea is not to bash people who've done these things, but we learn from it so that people do not continue to experience such mistakes that will cost them money. Let's go into the house. I'll show you. This is what I'm talking about. Pay attention to detail, and before you pay any subcontractors, make sure you have inspected your work thoroughly. You see how we put a backsplash here? Okay, and even so, when you look here, I don't consider that professional anyway. So this part, when you look at the backsplash here, you see why this should have continued all the way down there, but it's not there. So you trust the contractor, they come, they do their work, you get pictures, and then only to find out after they've gone and you've paid them that this is what was left. Now, this is a small space. If you call them to come back, they're not gonna come back, because it is gonna cost more to come and do this job. Even it was theirs, because you've paid them, they are not keen to do it anymore. You know, so things like that. Look on this other side, guys. You see? That should have been closed. So, see, like that? So what it means is I trusted too much, and I have to deal with this. I'll get it fixed, but what it's gonna mean is calling a completely different person who is gonna charge a bit more than the job to be done, just so I can get the job done. So be very, very careful. Let me show you some other things. And don't get me wrong, generally the work, the space looks good, but there's always those small things that you need to really pay attention to when you get work done for yourself. Let me show you this side. See, look at that window there. You know, above this door, we have another window there. I consider that work a bit clumsy because it's dirty. The glass is smeared with, I don't know if that's skimming, or you probably may not see it, or it's paint, and now that glass is so way up there. Now I have to get people to come and clean it. This is like years after this is done, and it's not easy. Like, remember, I always say my house is 10 foot. It is 10, actually 10.3 to that ceiling. But this entry point goes even higher. See how far it goes? This is tall, guys. I'm not sure if that's maybe 4.3 meters from the floor. So it's very challenging. Cleaning that up window there above the door there is not their problem, but the initial paint or skimming removal should have been on them.
right? And then if we need to get the glass cleaned, then you get companies who can go up there and clean it. So it looks dirty, but it is what it is. The good thing, you can't see that from a distance, right? And sometimes when people paint, look at that, the vent, sometimes they kind of forget, they almost cover them and then they start opening them. You see, I told you the solar system is in the bedroom. That was kind of a bad idea because, you call somebody to do this and you trust that they know the job. And then everybody else coming after them are saying, why did you put it in the bedroom? This thing could have been in the kitchen, in the hallway, or somewhere far away from where you end up disturbing any person who would be otherwise sleeping in the bedroom, as you see, right? So, but anyway, it did take away cabinetry space now because that unit was there before the cabinets, right? So now, this was just trying to work with it, but otherwise this space was all for cabinet, but we can't cover this. Either we remove it completely to put it elsewhere in the house and then add the cabinetry there, or we have to live with it. So these are some of the, and then you find, why would you do that? These are jobs they are supposed to be doing regularly and they would know best where to position these things. But you see, look at that ceiling. This is the veranda space, smaller veranda. And look, we have no idea where that crack is coming from. I have to find the ceiling guys. And once they know, I don't know, I've never approached this one. I'm not sure if we can fix that or we just have to replace it. Some of these things, they cost you. Trust people. I think I'm thinking, when we get jobs done, maybe it's best to get warranty from these people. If things go wrong within a year, they come and fix. So I wish there was a system in place where you can pay 80-90% of the fee, the rest to be paid maybe within 6 months, just to see what happens to the job that was done. And you see these doors, these double doors, they open outside, guys. Let me show you something. You see how these doors are supposed to open outside? And yes, they do. But why am I saying so? Why am I talking about it? When the doors and windows were installed, the entire house, remember I have French doors in some of the bedrooms going outside, doors going outside. That's another one there. They are huge. I don't know if my camera... So all these doors were opening inside the house. Initially, when the person put the doors, you see how they open outside? Of course, that would make sense. And when I provided the plan, it was clear that these doors had to open outside, not inside. So when I figured, the good thing I figured before payment, that these doors were all opening inside. Imagine this huge door, this one. Where is it? This one. Opening inside. It would have taken all this space for the couch up to here, and it's a French one. That one coming this way too, and then the other side. So where would the furniture be? You see what I'm talking about? I was lucky to catch this early, and you know what? They had to do the entire house, unfortunately. I heard people say, oh, why are you even bothered? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just let it be. What do you mean? I'm going to have to live with this for life? The door opens out inside the house, and then means all the couches are going to have to give room to the door swing area, and then the couch, and then where is the living space? It's very, very, very sad. I thank God I caught it in time. Why am I saying this? When you get job done. If you are building, make sure you check it, guys, before payment. And if it was possible, check it yourself. Now, this person, I was a bit reasonable with them. I had to buy more aluminum, and then they did the job. But I also told them I wouldn't pay them the second time. I was gonna pay them once. It was their mistake. You feel bad sometimes doing things like that. But I've also lost buying aluminium twice, so they have to do the job twice. It was unreasonable on them to have to get all these doors. It's not just these 2 doors, the bedroom doors. Remember, this house is 7 exit doors from the house, all opening from outside into the house. That was wrong. So I had to buy more aluminum. They had to redo the job for the same payment, and I was lucky. But trying to fix all these problems I've just talked about to you is a huge issue. Let me show something else again. Oh, you see that other bedroom door I was talking about? This is an exit door from another bedroom. Was also opening inside. It's supposed to open outside. Everything got fixed. I'm just saying I caught it on time or in time. And here is the booster pump. The booster pump, you see where it is? It's right on the ground. I don't know. Some of these things, honestly, I don't know. I found everybody else with a booster pump way above here, way close to the tank, right? There might not be issues with it. Only having to deal with all this piping on the ground is very fragile. You hit it with a lawnmower or something strong, it's got a crack, you have to call the plumber to fix it. So everybody that visits my place, they always say, why would you put a booster pump on the ground? Why not put it up there where it's away from, minimize risk, I don't know. Sometimes it works, it's okay. But I'm always very nervous and anxious about this area because it's just, imagine if we had kids here running around. You're scared they could be turning all these valves on and off. But these are some of the things you'd expect this kind of advice coming from a plumber, saying, oh, Lord, let us do this. Maybe it's better off up there. Everybody else I know, their booster pump is somewhere there. But I'm not saying it stops it from working. Just to keep it away from, some kids and some people who are curious hands and fingers. Anyway, so guys, look at this. This is paving all around the house, the exterior on the driveway and around the house. But look at this, the person that painted the house, my house, you see how the walls are inside, very beautiful, well painted. I've even referred this person to other people so he can paint their houses. But look, he's the same person that painted the paving. And funny enough, it's the white paint just coming off, not the white off-white. The gray one is solid. My lace curtains, they have no opening in the middle. They're supposed to be opened in the middle. Let's check the other ones in the other room. These ones too. This one again, no opening. So you're like, what's going on? I can't say it was a mistake. I can't say they didn't know. And look at the hem there, very short. Look at that, very short. When people come to do these things, they are smart enough to come and measure. I appreciate that. So after measurements and something goes short like that, you would hope for 1 or 2 things to happen. either they go fix it without me even asking me. You know, when somebody hangs up such a curtain, it's short, guys. Maybe because I'm standing up. That's short. It's way above the skirting there. It's short. They are short, right? You'd expect somebody to say, let me go and fix it. But it looks like they are waiting on you. If you complain, they'll fix. If you take it, then what? Because everybody that's going to come here, I'm talking about it, you know. So how do businesses grow? This is what I'm saying. I can live with this, but I'm not happy. If a situation allows, I'll probably change everything, give this away, and, you know, but how do we do business? You want repeat business. You want referrals. So why? And like I said, one or two things have to happen. Either you can't fix and you give a discount for the mistakes made. No, people still expect a full payment, regardless. So you pay because you want to make peace with everybody. But see, I'm talking about this months after these things or this was done. So it means every person that comes in, if they notice these things, I'm going to repeat the same story. Somebody comes and they love something about my curtains, but once I highlight that, they're like, no. How do we grow? Mistakes happen. I'm not trying to bash the growing entrepreneurs. No, guys, even the big companies make mistakes. They just know how to go about solving the problem, because they know that the customer is important. Most people go to certain companies, to certain people, because of referrals, right? Imagine how many people would have gone to get curtains. I know, I have so many friends that would love this, but when they see this and blah, 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 you know. So I'm saying, if I was a business person, I'm into plumbing, I'm into ceilings, and I'm to whatever, sewing, whatever business, I try to do the best thing for my, better to ask, you know, are they, and when you see that something is wrong, don't wait for the person to say these curtains are short or this is like this. Correct it yourself before she says, because why are you trying to take chance that she, if I didn't know, let's say I didn't know that they had to be open, but somebody will come into my house and notice that. Anyway, that being said, let's give each other a second chance. I hope things will get better. And there are some people who know, and some people who do curtains who come and say, oh, this was wrong, but I can fix it for you from the top. Yes, but that's money, because I've already paid money. This is why it helps that for somebody who has made a mistake that is not, cannot be corrected, give a discount. Yeah, you have to lose too, just like I'm having to live with it, right? Big companies make mistakes, and sometimes they replace the item you bought. Maybe it's got a scratch, maybe it's got a, they discount you so that you go happy. And then you find yourself going to the same store to buy something and more stuff. And because these people are good, sometimes it's just mistakes that happen. Right, so let's give our Zimbabwean entrepreneurs a chance, but also to them, try to do your due diligence, guys. If you notice something's wrong, don't wait for the person to complain. They are not trying to pick a fight. They expect you to do your, play your part really well. And for us, the customers, open your eyes like a hawk to notice everything. Don't just trust and pay, because some of these things you will notice after the payments have been done. And once payment is done, I've hardly seen anybody that is willing to come back and correct. They do, but maybe they are not happy or something. So give specifications. If it's curtains, tell them they're going to be open. Tell them they're going to be kissing the floor. We say these things, but they still get missed. I'm just saying these are some of the frustrations people go through trying to get things done on their own. Worse, if you are not around, when you are there, things still happen. I'm just saying, open your eyes. Don't take anything you are not happy with, because the whole house would end up with a little touch up there, another touch up there, a little, and before you know, you're going to spend a couple more thousands trying to fix things that other people have done and they've received the full payment for it. Am I wrong, guys? Can you put your comments in the comment section? Let me know what you think about this topic.